And the rumor says that Prime Minister Netanyahu sees you and Yossi Cohen, the former head of Mossad, as his successors somewhere in 2075 or something like that. Is it true? Are you running for office?
No. And I hope that the successor to Benjamin Netanyahu will be Benjamin Netanyahu. We are a nation of many virtues. Gratitude is not one of them. And there are occasional days, you might not believe this, where people of Israel are less than grateful for the leadership of Benjamin Netanyahu. It happens occasionally, even on Channel 2, they occasionally have a word of criticism. And I remember years ago, I told him, when I was in the Prime Minister's office, I said, you know, where Israelis were particularly ungrateful, I said, what are you complaining about? Look at Moses. He does 10 plagues, he splits the sea, he goes up for 40 days and 40 nights. We're tough people to govern. A very tough people. It makes us a great nation too, because we're never satisfied. But I feel, having worked with Netanyahu for 20 years, really blessed to have him leading the state of Israel. And I think that he has made Israel safer. It is the safest decade we've ever had. He's made Israel much more prosperous because of a lot of economic reforms he did. He stood up to a lot of pressures in the international community for Israel to make dangerous concessions. He mobilized the world, sometimes single-handedly, to confront the threat of a nuclear Iran. And he's the reason why we're actually having this conference here in a hall and not by Zoom, because he was obsessive. I was on those 30 phone calls, and I know how obsessive he was to get the vaccines. So I think Israel's been blessed with his leadership. He's been something of a Gulliver in Israel. He's something of a Gulliver. You don't get a Gulliver every day. And I don't want to criticize this or that politician, but what I see happening over the last a couple of years is some Lilliputians doing their best to tie Gulliver down. So I hope that Gulliver will stand up and continue to lead Israel for many, many years to come, because we need a Gulliver, because we still have big challenges facing us and big opportunities, and I think he's capable of dealing with both.
Mr. Ambassador Ron Dermer, thank